Hey everybody, some Gadget Guy here, and we're taking a quick look at the Kingston Technology 32GB DataTraveler Locker Plus G3 with USB to cloud software integration. Now this little flash drive uses a secure hardware element to encrypt the data on your drive. And this newest version of the DataTraveler, this is a 32GB USB 3 drive. Here, I'm gonna try and it's so secure I can't quite seem to get into the packaging. There we go. That's a pretty compact little drive. I mean, next to my honkin' 64GB DataTraveler, see the 32GB secure DataTraveler is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit easier to manage. And I did have a complaint with the bigger DataTravelers that all of this extra metal and plating around the outside of the drive make it difficult to plug into narrower ports. Like if you've got a bunch of USB ports stacked really close together, this DataTraveler looks like it's gonna be a little easier to kind of keep in a busy computing environment. Ditto next to my 64GB Patriot, another just honkin' huge flash drive. The DataTraveler comes in a much more compact form factor and does come in sizes up to 64GB. The drive's design is simple and it feels really well built. I mean, it's a metal container for all of your data goodness. A little lanyard port right there. You can slip in a keychain. If I do have a complaint about the hardware, it's that they did not include a little keychain strap. So like on my DataTraveler 6000, they gave you this little lanyard strap here, this little keychain bit, and I kind of wish that they would include them on their more consumer-oriented, even their security drives, but their more consumer-oriented drives, I wish included that little strap. And we have a little bit of extra plastic around the USB port there, and it snaps in place really tightly with the cap. I don't think this is waterproof. I don't think it's completely sealed, but it does feel like it would be nicely splash resistant, especially if you were to keep it on your keychain, have to go through inclement weather. You shouldn't have to worry about a little water dribbling on this thing and wrecking your precious data. But of course, we want to see how this drive performs. And so I'm going to plug this in. This is the very first time I've actually fired this drive up. I'm going to plug it into my Lenovo Yoga 2 tablet. This runs a full build of Windows. The security features on this drive are going to work with both Mac and PCs. It won't work with Windows RT devices. It won't work with Android devices. And I don't believe that the newest crop of Locker drives will work with Linux, unfortunately. All right, so we've got my C drive. That's the actual flash drive built into the tablet. We've got my memory card, which I need to start putting more stuff on. And then we've got this little Kingston partition, and we see 0 bytes free. And when we tap on this, it's actually going to run software off of the Kingston partition. See if we can get that fired up here. There we go. So we want to select a language. So it's going to run us through the setup. We cannot access the actual storage, the 32GB of storage on this drive until we've set up the drive and then we've actually unlocked it with the security that we're going to put on it. So I'm going to hit next because I do speak English. I'm going to accept the licensing agreement. And now we're going to put in a password, and Kingston's going to be a very strict task master. So we have to have uppercase letters, lowercase letters, digits, and special characters. If you see, I'm going to put in the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and hit tab, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and put in a hint, the stupidest password ever. And then I'm going to try and hit next. Invalid password. Passwords must be between 6 and 16 characters long and contain at least of the 3 following uppercase letter, lowercase letter, digits, and special characters. So now I'm going to put in a reals password, which I'm not going to tell you, just in case my awesome DataTraveler flash drive falls into your hands. I would not want you to be able to access all of the selfies that I keep on my flash drive. It accepted my password. Now I can put in my personal information. I am some gadget guy. I work at some gadget guy, and reward if found. So now it's formatting the partition that we actually have access to for the storage, and it's going to give me the OK in just a second here. The drive is ready to use. I'm going to hit OK, and now I'm going to get another pop-up with a whole new folder that gives me access to all of the 32GB of goodness built into the drive. And if I come back to my PC specs here. Now, in addition to the Kingston partition, which is 0 bytes free of the 14 megabytes, it runs off of that whole piece of software runs off of the 14 megabyte little partition there. Now I've got 28.8 gigabytes of storage to use after formatting and converting to binary. And just so you can see the security in action, I've disconnected the drive. Now I'm going to plug it back in, and it's going to ask me for that password. I've got the little blue LED flashing there. DVD RW drive. This is the Kingston partition, that E: drive. And we're going to come in and we're going to run this. And so now that I've already inputted my credentials, I've put in password information, it should take me directly to a login. All right, so here's my login. I'm going to put in the wrong password. And we're gonna try and log in. Failed to log in. Please type your password again. All right, let's try it again. So I've put in my password incorrectly about 6 times now. Now it's telling me I've got 3 attempts left before your Locker G3 is blocked permanently. It's just going to nuke the drive. It's gonna make it completely inaccessible to anyone doing it. I've already actually put a couple files on there, so I don't wanna nuke it right now, but it is actually a pretty terrific security feature. And the way that it alerts, it shows your password hint, and then it shows you can also tap to get contact information, and people can tap on that. If a Good Samaritan, for example, happens to find this drive and they want to try and get it back to someone, that's where that personal information can be used to get this drive back to you, so a little contact information there. So I just put in the right password, and now it jumps me right into the storage partition on the drive. We also have this new service from Clevex, Clever Extensions. That's a horrible name, but hopefully this is a cool piece of software. So now we've got this USB to cloud service, so that Kingston is trying to provide you an additional tool that anytime you transfer information onto this drive, if it's mission critical information, it can automatically be backed up to some kind of cloud service. So I'm gonna hit accept. I have no idea what this service actually does. Please wait, installing USB to cloud. So it's installing another piece of software on this computer to utilize that service. Oh, this is cool. So it's giving us the option to utilize any of these services. So if you use Google Drive or Amazon Web Services, Box, Dropbox, or OneDrive as your primary cloud storage, then it's going to tie in directly with that. So I use OneDrive. Let's tap on OneDrive. We're gonna start back up to OneDrive. Let's see what it does. There's not anything on this drive. I'm going to allow access. So the Kingston is now signing into my OneDrive account. I just put in all my credentials. It's telling me everything that this is going to be able to do. It will sign in automatically. It's going to view my profile info, access and edit OneDrive photos and documents, and access your info anytime. So I'm going to hit yes, because I kind of want to see what this does, if I can set up specific folders for this thing to use. So the actual application, the USB to cloud application, looks like it lives on the drives, which means I should be able to utilize this service with any computer. It shouldn't necessarily just have to live with this tablet that I installed it on first. I'm going to move an audio file onto this drive. Let's see, it's connected there. It's on the drive. Pretty quick data transfer speeds, even though I'm only going through USB 2. And now the little USB cloud thing is moving, and I got another little sync icon pop up on my OneDrive cloud service there. So if I open that, and the backup is in process, it automatically started moving this WAV file up to my OneDrive account. So I should be able to, let's see where it put it. If I go into my OneDrive app, that's OneNote. So now in my OneDrive account, I have a folder for apps. I'm not sure I love that it automatically set up a new folder with the USB to cloud folder, so here it is. And then I can tap on that. And then the file that was on this flash drive is now automatically on my OneDrive account. So that worked pretty seamlessly. I'm gonna have to dig in real quick and see if there's a way for me to change the folder. Let's see together. It doesn't seem that in the Clevex settings here that there is a way to switch what default folder you've got to do the automatic backup. So you just kind of have to live with the fact that it is going to set up that apps folder and then a folder within that folder. But it's still a pretty seamless transition. I mean, that happened really quickly, and I didn't have to manage any of that transition to moving file from my flash drive directly to the cloud. So this could be a really handy way to make sure that anything that you've got, the portable data that you need to keep on a flash drive to keep with you that's mission critical, that it can be accessed from any computer with a web browser and a data connection. So folks, I really want you to look at solutions to better protect your information when you're out in the field. And I think the Locker G3 is a handy little piece of kit to make sure that any information that you've got, people have to put in a password to try and get access to it. Best of all, the pricing on these types of solutions have dropped significantly. Shopping around, I was able to find the Locker Plus G3 with this cloud sync solution for $33. If you've got business information or just your own personal data, like your taxes or your medical documents, and you just want to make sure you've got a little extra security, make sure anyone can't just pop in there and get a glimpse of what it is that you're trying to save or keep private, I would definitely recommend checking out an encrypted solution like this DataTraveler Locker Plus G3. And I'll of course leave some links down below this video where you can get more information on Kingston's solution here, where you can shop this puppy online. As always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe for more videos and reviews like these, and I would not be able to continue producing on this channel if you all weren't out there sharing my videos with your family, friends, and on social media, so keep bringing more cool people to the party. Hit that thumbs up button, and I will catch you all on the next review.